Hello everybody, it's me, it's Andy, Decayed Andy here. Don't worry about the Discord page, I just need to get rid of that. There it goes. Hey, it's me, it's Jason. We're going to be here talking about Transformers. We're not going to just jump right into it, because I've got music to play and all that jazz, but how's it going, Jason? You doing okay today? Are you ready for some hot Transformer action?
Yes, because there's nothing hotter than that Transformer action.
Yeah, it's called hot and sweaty goodness. Plasticky, gelatinous goodness. I saw Daddy popped into chat and I just thought of a dildo, so don't blame me here. I was thinking, what was the word? Silicone. It was silicone. That was the plastic I was going for.
That reminds me, I got to bring up the chat so I can see him.
Oh my god, don't do that. He's a bad man.
Yeah.
He's a very bad man. We don't actually have too much news to talk about this week. I mean, you saw the stories I sent you. There's not anything too crazy. I think the next time that there's going to be anything really big and girthy is going to be like on the 30th. I guess we'll get to that, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Should be okay, though. Should be fine.
Where's the silly pop-out chat for Twitch? I always have trouble finding it.
What did you do, Jason? Don't break the things.
I didn't do anything. It's hard to find.
Hi, Firewall. Welcome. Welcome. We're going to be getting onto the show just in a tick when Jason stops breaking things.
I'm not breaking it. You need to slow your roll, sir.
My roll cannot be slowed. I am like the snowball on the hill, on a downward momentum.
You are definitely the unstoppable force that the immovable object comes up against.
I'm the juggernaut, bitch. Bless Vinnie Jones. What a lad.
I don't see you live on YouTube yet.
I should be. It's because I'm on the Moonbase 2 one rather than the Decayed Andy YouTube channel.
Oh, crap. I was looking for you, yeah.
Yeah, no. I put it on the Moonbase 2 one because, it's a Moonbase 2 podcast. It should be live on Moonbase 2.
I mean, it's smart for sure.
Yeah, it
also,
makes sense.
That thumbnail. That thumbnail is freaking amazing.
It's chairs versus chairs, I always wonder, like, when I'm making these thumbnails, like, I see other Transformer podcasts have ones that are very much like, this is a Transformers, like, layout. It looks like a Transformer show. And then there's me that just gets a fighting arena and puts 2 Transformer chairs in it. I'm like, will people, like, click on that thumbnail? Because it's not really like, oh yeah, this is definitely a Transformers podcast. This is just, why did someone get 2 chairs and put them in a fighting arena with a versus sign in between? What is that? Does that grab people's attention? I don't know.
Well, okay, so here's the thing, and I'm going to be careful here because I don't want to make it sound like I'm throwing shade at anyone.
Oh my God, watch out, XQC.
Of the Transformers podcast, many of which I've been on, your thumbnails are 100% the best. Like, hands down.
Oh, wow.
I mean, even no offense to Brian at RFC or whoever's doing them at, I guess, actually, Transmissions, do they even change their thumbnails anymore? It's been a while since I looked at theirs.
I think they tweak them a bit, yeah.
Yeah. So, but no, I mean, who else is going to come up with the idea to do the 2 chairs fighting each other?
I do the stupid meme ones. Like, the worst thing is when I was trying to base all of my thumbnails off of, like, old memes. It was the hardest stuff to do because I was like, what's the latest meme that the kids are talking about? Give me that hot dank meme. And I'd look and I'd be like, there's nothing I can relate it to the Transformers this week. God damn. I literally have a folder of my past weekly images and I've got hundreds and hundreds of images. The first one I think I started was, should should we put them up on? Yeah, we could probably put them up on screen. Let's go for the first numbered one. I was probably... Oh, yeah, Mikey was my inspiration for a lot of them. Mikey was my inspiration. He was my canvas. But we started off with, like, with stupid ones because, like, Star Wars was the thing. So I went, it's a bit Star Wars. You know how it is. Then me and Mikey is because Mikey became my canvas. He became my lovely little boy to work with. Man, what a body on him. Look at that boober on Mikey. Oh, am I right, guys? And we have a bit of jive because we had special guest. That's right. Then we had Mikey.
I feel like you're getting a little too excited.
Oh, man. Oh, yeah, I like this image of Mikey because it was scary. So I went, we'll use that. Mikey the Joker. And we had Mr. White. Beware, for his bald head will get you. Then we have me with some good boober too. You know how it is.
Yeah, I mean, we're getting to the point now where if you're going to be streaming on YouTube regularly for this, it's going to, there's plenty of resources out there on how to make, good thumbnails as far as like engagement on YouTube. I think your thumbnails for the podcast are fine as they are, but you know how you have the face with like the surprise face and like the arrow point or something.
Yeah, the Pepe Pog face. Yeah.
Yeah. And it sucks because everyone does the same thing in their thumbnail, but it works. Like that's what gets the clicks right now. So if that's what YouTube wants you to do, kind of got to do it.
That's the thing. Yeah, I was never quite sure what to do for these thumbnails, so it just got to the point where it's just like, do something dumb, I guess. Like the Super Mario one here, I was like, there's nothing Transformers related here. Will it work? And I was just, whatever. That's how a lot of it went. It was just, does it work? And then I went, I don't care. Just do whatever.
Right.
Gene Wilder in the bathtub with the Transformers book, as you do. Do you want to do a podcast, Mr. Jason, talking about some Transformers stuff? We could do that.
I mean, do we have to?
We have to do it. I've even got the music lined up. And you told me how to do it properly, so let's play that music. Let's go for it.
All right.
Welcome to Moonbase 2.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Moonbase 2 podcast. My name is Andy, Decade Andy here, and we're doing another live stream, and we are once again joined by the man who licks 1,000 lollipops a day. And I don't mean candy ones. It's Jason. Hello, Mr. Jason.
I was going to make a statement about how expensive it gets to lick 1,000 lollipops, and then you revealed that they're not really lollipops, and now everyone knows I have a problem.
Well, it's either you could have turned it around and said that you get a lot of money from licking 1,000 lollipops a day, but if you want to, spend the money to lick 1,000 lollipops, that's fine. That's fine, just fine.
I mean, I have a problem. I pay to lick them. I don't know what to tell you.
I have a problem. I can't stop. I see a lollipop. I gotta lick it. What can I say? It happens. It's understandable. We're here, Mr. Jason, you and I, once again, because Mikey's still arranging his new life. I'm hoping he'll be up for doing this kind of format when he comes back. But we're here to talk about Transformers. Ain't that fun?
Oh, yeah, of course. Or else I wouldn't be here.
Well, you could be here. You could just be here out of guilt for not streaming and just be bullied into doing this.
I don't feel guilt. Well, I have no soul. What are you talking about?
That is a fair point. That is a fair point. Yeah, we'll may as well get into the Transformers news for the week, and we can talk about what we also did. We're going to start off with a hard-hitting story that I'm sure all VTubers, poggers, people, and streamers across the globe are thinking about, and it is called, of course, what if I had a Transformers chair, a gamer chair, in fact? That's right, because Anda Seats are doing a premium edition Transformers leather seat. It's not just leather, though. It's PVC leather. It's a gaming chair. Everybody knows how good those gaming chairs are. It's up on the Anda website right now. So if you want to spend $400, because I'm going to add on that little penny, you can get one of these cool-ass chairs. Featuring either, you'll be shocked to hear, G1 Megatron, Optimus Prime, or Bumblebee.
No way.
Yeah. I don't recognize the designs for each, the G1 obviously, but I don't recognize the specific artwork for them. But generally, Jason, you sit in a chair. Would you like a Transformers chair?
Okay, so when I actually saw this get posted earlier today, and my immediate reaction was, oh, good, I'm going to have a rant for the show today.
Okay.
Right. So because, I mean, PSA out there for everyone in podcast listening land, and maybe you're a podcaster, maybe you stream, you probably, or you work from home and sit in the same chair all day. A lot of gaming chairs, especially if they're like $100, $200, even like $250 on Amazon, are garbage.
Yeah.
They actively hurt you. And you might be thinking, oh, I've had a $60 chair and I sit in it every day and I feel fine. Okay, 2 questions. First of all, do you sit in it like 10 hours a day? Because it's not fine whether you think it is or not. And question number 2, how long have you had it and how much is it falling apart?
Doesn't it usually come from the same company as well for the most part? The chair is the same company, but then it gets redesigned to fit whatever thing they're going out for.
Yeah, exactly. So there's a bunch of, I don't think, okay, so Razer and Logitech are 2 outliners. They actually use different companies to do that. But I think Gigabyte, the, computer component manufacturer, they have a gaming chair that's from a company like that. MSI has one, another computer part company. And yes, they're all the same chair. They're horrible for your back if you sit in, any extended amount of time. Pain, suffering, the time you have to spend going to the doctor or physical therapist after you've been in them, they're that bad for you. However, after doing some research, now I can't say for sure that they're the best chair in the world. The reviews I saw for the chairs were anything from like pretty good to at least, better than your average chair. So that's a good thing there.
Okay.
Yeah, so it seems like Anda actually does make decent chairs. I know that if you're looking for, a gaming chair, I know Secret Lab is about the minimum I would go for, and you're looking about $300 or $400, $500 for a chair there. Now, again, if you're thinking that's too much for a chair, 2 questions again. First of all, how much do you have in Transformers pre-orders at Hasbro Pulse right now? Because it's probably the same amount. And second of all, you spend so much time in a chair. Maybe you don't. Maybe you spend a couple hours in a chair every day, play a couple games, you're doing other stuff. Yeah, it's fine, whatever. But if you're like me, who sits in this chair I'm in right now for 8.5 hours to work, then I go up, get a shower, get dinner, hang out with the family and stuff, and then my ass is right back down in this chair again for another 3 or 4 hours at night. I can't sit on a $60 chair. I'd be dead. My back would be completely destroyed right now.
Isn't the best idea for chairs, I heard, to buy a really good office chair because they're designed to keep the workers comfortable for as long as possible.
Yep. For instance, I know that Callie on her stream has mentioned she has the Herman Miller. I forget the exact name of it. The Aeon or something like that.
Calliope Moore, a friend of the podcast. Yes.
Yeah, of
Frequent
course. Yes.
Guest.
Yes. I think it starts at like $1,200. That chair.
Ooh, sheesh.
So there's a version that they did with Logitech that's $1,500. But I'll tell you right now, if you sit in that chair as much as she does, because I'm sure she's in it constantly, that is worth every penny. For sure.
So me not knowing chairs, is that an office chair? Is that a gamer chair? In quotations,
well, the Logitech
chair?
Branded one is more gamer focused, but it's very much, if you're going to get a chair for streaming, if you want the gamer aesthetic, look at Secret Lab. Don't look at anything cheaper than that. Secret Lab's a good place to start. If you just want a good chair, I think Anda is probably not a bad choice. Read reviews, find out. There's I can't remember the exact company. I think it's called Automate or something. They have nice chairs. Herman Miller, you can't go wrong with Herman Miller. They're expensive, but anyone who's ever gotten one of those chairs that I've heard about they love them. They are so comfortable. They are good for your back. They're good for support and everything like that. This is a chair I actually got at work. So when we were work from home, they let us bring our chairs home with us.
Oh, that's neat.
Yeah, but I'll say even this chair, even though it's a professional office chair, it's I feel like it's already wearing out. So
how long have you had it? The 1 year in, I mean.
I think we had them for 2 years before we left for home. So we're coming up on 5 years here, pretty long. Which isn't. In the grand scheme of things, chairs should last longer than that. But I don't think these were expensive. I don't think they went for the super expensive ones.
I guess if it's an office, maybe they'd be replacing them a little bit more frequently, potentially, rather than at home. No.
The ones we had before we got these ones were 25 years old.
Oh,
so no,
my
they don't do that.
Okay, well, never mind.
Yeah, we had to beg for these chairs. It was rough.
Oof.
So eventually I'll be looking. I've always been drawn to Herman Miller, but if these are actually decent chairs, I know it seems silly, but I wouldn't mind getting the Optimus Prime chair. I think it would look good.
You don't want the Bumblebee chair, the nice bright yellow chair?
No, I can't do bright yellow. That'll get me too much. And I like the Megatron. I like the purple in it, but I don't. Megatron's face looks kind of weird in that art. I don't know what it is, but it's not quite.
Yeah, he's got a really squished face. It's like someone, you know, when you make like I don't know whether you do, but when I'm at school, or when I was at school, I get like blue tack and I'd like make little faces out of the blue tack. It's like if you got a little blue tack face and you squished it just a little bit with your fingers.
Yep.
Just a little bit. It's just off slightly.
Yeah, for sure. But I think Prime and Bumblebee actually look good. My son would probably love the Bumblebee chair, but that's that's a little expensive for the kid. But
too bad, boy.
I say as his like $1,200 gaming rig.
Oh my god!
Behind me sitting there.
Is he going to be a streamer someday or something?
I had spare parts. Okay, what can I say?
Spare parts. God damn, Jason.
Well, okay. Take that back. Hold on. It's more of like it is like an $800 gaming rig.
Oh, just an 800 gaming rig.
Like I said, I had spare parts. What do you want?
Jesus Christ, that's crazy.
Yeah, I have a problem for sure. He doesn't. I do.
Jason is the tech whiz, the super techno wizard.
I try to be.
You got a lot of tech stuff, man. You do well for yourself.
I mean, no, I don't. I shouldn't have this much stuff, especially since I don't use it. But
well, you stopped collecting Transformers, so you started collecting technology.
I mean, there was a pretty hard switch right there for sure. It was like I went from one to another. Yeah, for sure. But no, maybe once the surgery that I have coming up next week is done and stuff like that, maybe I can focus on maybe at least streaming. Getting to play with you every. That'd
be fun. Yeah.
Yeah, it would be. It would be, absolutely. Especially since this live streaming has been a lot of fun. But yeah, honestly, I'm surprised. I'm actually pretty much digging these. I would not be opposed to literally sitting in the Optimus Prime one. But yeah, like we said, if you have it, if the reviews are good and you like this, go ahead and go for it. Otherwise, don't be afraid to look for a decent office chair. $400 or $500 for an office chair is going to get you something that's incredibly comfortable, especially if you sit in it all day. And hey, while I mention it, you also spend half your life in bed. Don't shirk on your mat. Get a nice mattress too. I know it sucks to spend money on stuff like that you don't really think about, but man, a good night's sleep where you don't wake up with your back twisted up in a pretzel, it's worth it.
It sucks getting a mattress because you don't know if you're going to enjoy the mattress you have. And it takes a while. You give that, you have it for a month. It's like, even after a month, you don't know if the mattress is still going to be what you need afterwards. Like, I had a really good old orthopedic mattress, and that one died. I didn't get rid of that for a while because it was so good. It was so comfortable. And I had to get rid of it because it got holes in both sides of it, and it had a me indenting, and I was like, fine, I have to get rid of it now. And the one I have at the moment is fine, but I would have liked something different, I think, but obviously it's too late to change it now. It's fine. I'm not dying while on it, but yeah. And they're like, you got to change it every 8 years. It's like, damn, son, 8 years? You got to get a new mattress? Whew.
I mean, hey, it's spend the money now and not when you're 65 and going to the doctor every other week or something like that.
No,
but yeah, I understand. It hurts.
Yeah. On terms of the chairs, it is just like a blatant like, hey, pee poo poo Transformer fans, do you like Transformers? Buy our fucking chairs. There's not much to it. It is just like slapping a brand onto a thing. But I'm glad to hear at the very least, like you said, you heard that the chairs are actually not garbage chairs for the most part. So that's a big benefit at the very least. It's not just a cheap endorsement. It's an expensive endorsement, but they're not shit. So that's good. Well, unless these ones are particularly shit for no particular reason.
I was 100% convinced. That's true. I don't have reviews for the specific chairs, but the company seems to be okay. I 100% expected to get to this topic and absolutely go off on how bad these chairs are, but it seems like that's not actually the case.
That's great. I'm really glad to hear that. What's up next, though, Mr. Jason? Since chairs are behind us. People sit on the bottoms on chairs. You get it. It's fine.
So if you're not watching the live stream, you couldn't see my pained reaction to what just happened.
He was smiling so much.
Really wasn't, but that's okay. Just to make sure we're synced up, this would be the X-Transbots story, correct?
That's right. It's a Ryan Patzoid.
Okay. All right, just want to make sure I'm in the same order you're in. All right, so we do have color renders. Now, these are renders, so they're not actual physical objects yet. But the X-Transbots MX-39 Origo, sure.
What a name.
These names, man, I'm telling you, third party showing up. And this is their version of I'm going to assume masterpiece scale because they usually do that.
X-Transbots usually are that, aren't they?
Yeah. So this is their Orion Pax, which of course is what Optimus Prime was before it became Optimus Prime. Or as, I consider it before Alpha Trion egged him on to get shot and killed so he could be transformed into something else. So we have color renders, a couple sides, everything. We have a very cup-like alt mode, if you will. It's definitely much like the I want to say Titan's Return cup was turned into a Orion Pax, which I actually have behind me on the shelf right here.
Well, there's
which actually was really good.
There's the Generation Select figure with Alpha Trion coming up, and these guys, and Orion Pax has done out of the Studio Series Cup. So I guess that's become the new trend. Cup becomes Orion Pax all the time now.
Yeah, it seems to be how they're going with it. And then there's another version of it with more of a trailer for him, which I'm assuming, that's an extra part. They show it much like MP10 or MP44's trailer, where it separates and there's components inside of it, which I think makes sense. I'm sure that also adds some expense to the toy. Whereas, I actually don't remember. Do you remember Orion Pax's alt mode from the cartoon? Did he have truck back or?
I don't remember, to be honest. I'm sure he had.
Did we even see it?
Something.
Did we even see it? I wonder.
I'll have a check, but I don't think we did.
Yeah.
But I'm guessing with the Orion Pax thing, it's the approximation, isn't it?
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, you could either, it looks like it just transforms by itself into, like I said, very much a cup-like alt mode, or you can throw basically what you get with Rodimus Prime, where you have the Winnebago back on top of the the hot rod car. What do you think, Andy? How does this look to you?
I don't think it looks much better than the Generation Select one that's officially coming out soon. The trailer is, if you've listened to Moonbase long enough, you know what my opinion on the trailer generally is. It's a large piece of plastic, which isn't very interesting, and it seems like they are following suit. This is a large bit of plastic. This is not very interesting. It opens up to be a really minor, control center or command center with little screens here and there, which is okay, but how much is this adding to the price? We don't know yet, but it's probably not going to be £10 more than a cup, right? It's probably going to be a bit more than that.
Sure.
I don't think it looks too bad when it's combined together with the truck to make the big dump truck mode. That's fine. That actually looks quite nice as it makes it a little bit separate from cup. But yeah, I'm assuming this is based off of their cup figure that's either out or coming out, with obviously a few tweaks here and there. But Orion Pax has never been anything that I'm too fussed with, and X-Transbots as well is generally not something that I'm ever desperately giddy for. It looks fine, but I would say, if you want a masterpiece scale one, this is the way you go. But probably just stick with Generation Select if you wanted one. Is there any other info on it, like when it's coming out or estimated date on when it's coming out?
Nope.
No, that's it. Okay.
Yeah, we're just the render stage, and given how third-party companies sure have slowed down their production times ever since the pandemic and everything. So color renders, maybe 6 months, 8 months.
Maybe.
I honestly think outside of maybe Mech Fans Toys and New Age and Iron Factory, I don't think that the companies seem to be much slower in getting their stuff out.
Yeah, I think that's true. Just because of, like you say, the pandemic probably really slowed a lot of people down. But that's, fair enough, right? Shall we move on? Or do you want to talk more about Orion Paxu?
let's go into a deep discussion about how great trailers are.
No, we're moving on. We're moving on. It's Kang Toys. Kang Toys doing more of their Predacons. We've got the CT Chi-Yo 08, which is Rushirus, whatever it is. It's this one that's on screen now.
Serious?
Sure, I'll go with that one. Then there's the Thorilla, and there's also 06, which is the Huge Rhino. The Huge Rhino. I'll just say Huge Rhino because that's how it's spelled. You could probably pronounce it differently. The Huge Rhino separate because we see rendered images of it, and the other two we see like full colored images. So we got the weird cat dog thing here, which I think, if I remember right, is the thing that turns into the hand and feet, or the feets, one of the two. It's the new addition to these Predacon teams. It's one of the kind of aspects that me and Mikey liked about them because they were kind of different. And it's an interesting alt mode. They look a bit drony, or it looks a bit drony, but that's not terrible. The Thorilla, we see colored finished images of it finally. And it still looks nice, nicely all colored up. Actually, well, to be fair, this guy was not part of the Predacons either, but he's a nice addition to the team. Mr. Jason, since you've never talked about these new additions to the Predacon team and this very Zoids design from Kang Toys, what do you think of them for Predacon-y kind of G1-y boys?
Oh, man, I don't know.
Is it just not style for you?
Yeah, the aesthetic reminds me a lot of the Bay movies.
Oh, wow, it's not that bad. Jesus Christ. What makes you feel that?
I don't. Well, a lot of the sharp edges and not really anything, squared off or anything. It's just a lot of edges and stuff like that. A lot of greebly bits where you would like the I think the face on Thorilla. That's probably exactly what freaking Optimus Prime was going to look like in the next movie. Just like all mechanical and stuff like that.
It could still happen. Won't be too far off till we see those things, I suppose. I
will say one thing though. The 08, the Rosirius, or whatever the hell its name is, the face actually looks a lot like Gauss, which if anyone out there is familiar with the Gamera movies, that's one of the bad guys, the Gamera faces. That's very much a Gauss head, which I like that. I do like that. I don't know if that's a purposeful homage or...
Well, it's meant to be a wolf.
I know, which is the weird part.
I think it's more that this is what the wolf heads are designed like in Zoids. All of this aesthetic is 1000% Zoidian, Zoidish, or whatever the plural of Zoids are. And I think this is what the wolves from that model toy line kind of look like as well. If you see Gauss in there, that's pretty cool. I don't think it's intentional Gauss though, but I would be down for a transforming Gauss figure, or nod towards him. That'd be fun.
That would be fun, yeah, absolutely.
I mean, doing an entire line of like monsters, kaiju monsters, would be really fun to do.
Oh, no, don't say that, because then I'll have to spend money. Nope, forget it.
It'd be great, because you can put them alongside the Dinobots as well. That kind of makes sense. Because let's be fair, Grimlock is, at least by today's standard, he's more Godzilla than real T-Rex, because he's based off 80s T-Rex.
Yeah, that's true. Although, to be fair, if I was going to put them by the Dinobots, then they'd be in a box ready to sell.
Oh, ding, ding, ding.
Why'd I spend so much money on Power of the Primes? God, that shit sucked.
Oh, you got the Power of the Prime Dinobots.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Oh, I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm. I even had him combined into Volcanicus for a while.
Volcanicus, yeah. Ooh, wow. Okay.
Which I will say, with an add-on kit, he looked good.
He looked better.
The add-on kit, without the add-on kit, boy, anorexic dinosaur man, crazy.
Even with the add-on kit, I didn't like how far apart his shoulders were, because there was that big gap between like the shoulder and the kind of torso. Kind of went too far, even with the upgrade kit. Don't make Dinobot combiners. It's just a bad idea. They don't ever turn out to be good. But hey ho. I should probably show up the huge Rhino, which is in prototype stage at this point. But it is real. These are real prototype images rather than CGI renders. What is he? He is a rhinoceros. He's probably headstrong, I think is a fair bet. Does he look a bit plain? Yes, because he's unpainted at the moment. Will he look better? Yeah, I assume so. I like how big his chunky foot mode is. And if you see the foot mode on screen, you can see that the wolf guy that we just talked about with the weird name is the foot. And I think he turns into a pretty solid looking foot. And I guess Headstrong turns into a decentish looking stump of a leg as well. What do you think of Huge Rhino? Do you like him anymore?
Well, I mean, actually, I think a non-colored image of him I do like a little better.
Okay.
I think once they're colored, that's when it really screams Bayverse for me. If I had to make a guess on this, my suspicion is that I'm going to like the look of the completed combiner a lot more than I'm going to like the individual pieces.
Okay.
Yeah, just seeing like him in leg mode, that's going to be a beefy freaking leg.
Yeah. If I remember, I can't remember if we saw CG renders of what the completed form of this is going to be. We might have.
Yeah, I don't remember if I've seen it either, but going back to like Thorilla, you can see that he's also as the the waist area, his I guess the thigh parts are pretty beefy too. So it looks like he's going to be a pretty well filled out combiner, which is going to be nice.
Yeah, no, I would agree with that. They're not. I think these are, again, more for Mikey, from what I remember, than they are for me, and clearly for you. But they're neat. It's a different aesthetic, which I definitely appreciate in the just do G1 kind of world that we live in. But yeah, Kang Toys. It's a thing that's coming out. Jason, what's next up?
Alrighty, next up we have. Oh, I remember talking about upgrade kits last week.
That's right, you're doing it again.
We have the the DNA Designs upgrade kit DK14S for Shattered Glass. This is the Premium Finish Ultra Magnus. Oh, it's for Premium Finish Ultra Magnus, or for just the regular Shattered Glass Ultra Magnus. So it depends if you're getting a Premium Finish through Takara, or if you're getting the Shattered Glass through just regular Hasbro.
Yeah, they're two different ones. Yeah, which one do you want?
Yeah. The Premium Finish stuff does never look too different to me.
Well, weren't the Premium Finish ones the one that came in those special boxes, which were like, who's going to be in this mystery box that's worth £60? You won't know.
No.
Was that a different one?
They did that with the Netflix, like the Netflix Megatron was in one of those, I believe.
Yeah. One of them was an Ultra Magnus,
Rise,
though.
I think.
Yeah, one of them was an Ultra Magnus.
You know what? Actually, I think Ultra Magnus was in one of those, but
he was.
I'm pretty sure the Premium Finish, that's the Takara line, right? That's doing the toys in a better color.
I don't know, because if you look at the Ultra Magnus, he's still got the scuffs marks on him, so who knows? I don't know. Like, the amount of times that the Ultra Magnus mold has been reused effectively for Siege and then for Earthrise, because we're pretty much the same. There are only a few differences. They all kind of blend together. It's like, how many classic Starscreams are there? I don't know. Thousands, it feels like, because they all blend together, even though they were different colored. Are you looking? You're checking, aren't you?
Yeah, Premium Finish. So there's the Premium Finish, the Studio Series, Revenge of the first Transformers movie. There's one for the Bumblebee movie, Optimus.
Mm.
So they've been doing different ones. Yeah, I'm not sure if it's I think they did Megatron too. Yep, Premium Finish Megatron. He's been done too. Takara told me. Yep. These are the ones that Takara are doing.
Oh, okay. All right. I'd say less interesting than the Shattered Glass one, which is a lot more interesting. Yeah. But I suppose this is more so about the upgrade kit that's just the same thing for both of them, really, isn't it? It's like extra pair of legs, an axe, and a hammer.
Yeah, pretty much.
What do you think of it as an upgrade kit?
Well, and this is also the same upgrade kit that we would have gotten with the Earthrise Magnus, too, so...
probably something similar. I don't know if it's the same one. I wouldn't be shocked if it was, though, because, it's the same kit.
I think it is, just different color.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, all it really does is make his legs a little longer.
Yeah, I guess it helps with proportions a little bit. Like, if you look at the difference between them, it's not major, I don't think. It gives him, like, proper-looking knees, at the very least, which I think adds a little bit more to the look of him, visually. But not enough. For my eyes. And like giving him a hammer and an axe again is just like it's
Yeah,
fine.
although, let's face it, proper knees is definitely something that Transformers can use from time to time, for sure.
That's true. Yeah. Like, I'm sure the Magnus has knees. Like, you can see that there are knees in there, but I don't know how well they work.
Yeah.
Or if they look good. It looks like it looks a little bit better here. Not massively, just a little bit.
Yes, exactly. It's a slight improvement for what is probably more money than it was. Hopefully, this isn't as expensive as some of the other upgrade kits we've been talking about.
I imagine
this
it's
should not
not
be
cheap.
This should not be $45.
No, not for 4 bits of plastic effect. Well, a bit more than that because there's a few extra parts in the legs, but yeah, it shouldn't be much. It does look like the axe can fold in on itself though, which is kind of nice. If you notice, it's like on the image we have on screen at the moment, the blade has a pin in each of the blades, so I guess you can bend them in towards each other, or fold them in towards each other, and have just a singular axe head if you wanted to. I don't really see a purpose for why you would, but yeah, okay, pee pee poo poo, as they say.
Or it could just be for storage. So
that's true. It could just be for like sliding it into a crevice or something like that. I guess. Yeah, that's a fair point.
Yeah, it's not always easy to slide in a crevice. So
that's true. Well, not with that attitude. You just need a little energon and a lot of luck, as they say.
And lube.
Well, that's what the energon is.
Ah.
Right, shall I move this on?
Move on.
Yeah. All right, so next up we have a strange one. Because it's not really Transformers news, it's very light Transformers news, I suppose you could say. We have a limited edition 1:72 scale, which is a weird scale, the VF-1S God of Flame. This is obviously a Macross Robotech figure, a Valkyrie. Obviously, this is coming from a Hong Kong-based company called Kids, K-I-T-Z, Kids Concept. This one is obviously in the G1 Jetfire toy deco. When it's said limited, it's super limited as there's only 1,000 units. 500 of these are going to Japan, and the other 500 are for the rest of the world. So yeah, good luck with that rest of the world. It's 9 centimeters tall, which is smaller than I thought it would be, to be honest, especially for the price. It features some LED lights. It's die-cast metal. And it is $230 with a special pre-order price of $210 if you order before. And the expected release date is in November. So if you order it early, you can get it a little bit cheaper. But it seems like a lot of money to me. I'm not a big Macross kind of guy. But it does have a lot of lights in it. There's a lot of LEDs like jammed in here, which I guess is why it's so goddamn expensive and also being limited. And it can do the Macross mode, so that's always cool. People love that mode. We talked about that last week, in fact, didn't we? The Go Walk mode. That's it.
Repeating this week.
What's that? Sorry, your volume's dropped off a bit.
Oh, I said the seems the stories from last week and this week.
Ah, it's true. I think, Mr. Jason, you're having the cutting it in and out issue again, because I just heard you cut in and out. There you go.
It better now?
That's better now. Yeah, okay. What do you think
Sorry about that. I got quiet for a second.
It's fine. What do you think of God of Flame? Do you like him?
I mean, if you're in the Macross, I'm guessing you're very excited about this. Also, I have it on very good authority that 1:72 is the classic model kit scale. So I just want to make that clear to you, Andy. I have it on good authority. That's what that is.
Oh. Okay.
Thanks, chat.
Oh, well, there you go. Okay, that's cool. Apparently, it's quite hard to find decently priced Macross figures, according to Firewall. So I'm not sure if this is what you call... Maybe this is what you call a decent price. I don't know. It is from my perspective, it seems like a high price, but like I say, I'm not a huge Macrossian kind of person, generally speaking.
I barely. Outside of the fact I know we got some of, got obviously Jetfire from it.
Yeah, that's
I know it's a thing. I know it does the Gerwalk stuff and things like that.
I know it's got really big ladies in it.
Yeah, of course.
Giant
but if you're a
ladies.
fan of Macross, this has to be like the best day of your life to get something like this.
I guess so. Yeah, probably. Yeah, just another
Looks
option.
good. It does look good,
Yeah.
but that's all I got.
Yeah, same. Oddly enough, it's Macross. It's
Pretty much.
It's interesting enough. It'd be nice if there were a few more interesting images, but there's very few promotional images of this this product coming up at the moment. So there's not much to go on. If you like Macross, I guess this is good. I hope it's just not delicate. I think that's what I remember the most about Macross products generally. They're usually quite delicate. The original G1 Jetfire was pretty known for exploding, and I think generally Macross figures can be known for a little bit light touch before they turn to dust kind of figures, but I might be wrong there. Jason, do you want to take us on to the next bit of news?
Sure can.
Yeah.
Coming up, we have a rumor that the Transformers masterpiece movie Bumblebee, we have the Optimus Prime version. There could be a Nemesis Prime / Black Convoy coming. So, of course, that would be the original movie masterpiece Optimus Prime that we got. Oh, God, that was like 2 years ago now at this point,
God.
I think.
You probably, yeah, that's
know,
right. Jesus. Oh, my God.
I know. But yeah, we have pictures here of what looks to be a Black Nemesis Prime version of it. So I guess really the big question here is this something? I didn't get the original one. Movie masterpiece seemed fine, but I was also perfectly happy with the Studio Series Bumblebee Optimus. So I think my biggest takeaway from this is I hope they start doing that in the black, and then also give me my Shattered Glass. Give me another Akane that I can add to the collection.
Would you be interested in the YOLO Park model kit? I know it's a very expensive model kit, but it is like you kind of like your model kits with flame toys. Not as much as Mikey, I don't feel, but you kind of like them.
Oh, I love them. Yeah.
Yeah. So would you do that? Would you get a YOLO Park Optimus Prime?
I think I've looked at it, but I've decided not to. I don't know. It was just something about it. I can't remember. Do you remember how expensive they are?
They're pretty expensive. Like,
Yeah, I think
lot
that was a
more
big
than they
turnoff
should
for
be.
me then.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm happy with, Flame Toys they range anywhere from like, well, if you find them on sale, you get one for like $30 maybe. Anywhere from 30 to, I think, Devastator, when I got him with the most expensive, was 90, but he's also a bigger toy. And actually, I think Leo Convoy was also about $85, $90. So, they're bigger ones. They do get up there, but plus I'm so in on Flame Toys right now. I pretty much, anytime a new one comes out, I pre-order it. I'm satisfied just working on those right now.
Yeah.
But I did look at that, but the price kind of shook me off of it.
No, that's understandable.
Like I said, my biggest takeaway from this is start giving us the Studio Series recolors. Although they probably won't be studios, it'll probably be buzzworthy Bumblebee, Shattered Glass movie Bumblebee movie Optimus Prime. That's what we'll get.
I mean, at this point, I wouldn't be shocked. For my money, it's like, hey, it's a repaint of the masterpiece Optimus Prime into a Black Convoy version. It's like, yep. I mean, yep. They love doing it. We always see it. Gotta get as many Prime repaints out as possible. I will say that there is a Prime repaint that I'm looking at, but it's quite expensive. I bet you can't guess what it is, though. I don't think you would guess what it is. I
know you've been talking about New Age stuff recently. Is it something along that line?
It could be. Yeah, it could be.
Oh, now I got to remember what you were talking about exactly. I mean, I know you said you might have to start going down the New Age rabbit hole. So which one is it?
Be Toxitron.
Oh, are they doing Toxitron?
He's already out.
I completely missed that.
Yeah. Because I was not into New Age stuff. I was like, The problem is he's quite expensive, and he's quite expensive because he comes with a trailer. Because of course he does. But the box is actually pretty neat for it because the box is. Do you remember Toxic Crusaders?
Oh, I do.
Yeah, that's what the box is based on, which is kind of fun. Yeah, I've got an image.
I completely missed that they did Toxitron.
Do you know what they did for the box for the Skywarp figure? It was Captain Planet. The box for the Sky for their not the Skywarp, their Thundercracker.
I completely missed that too.
Yeah, but yeah, look at how cool that box is. That is 1,000% the Toxic Crusaders logo. I think he's like he's even on sale at the moment on Shozi. I think he's still like 90 quid or something, which is like ugh, a little bit rough. But if I was gonna get one, it'd probably be that, because if you're gonna get a Prime, get like a stupid one that's like G2E kind of colors.
That box is fantastic. You're right.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah, if I knew that was out, I would have guessed that, because I know we were talking about Toxitron last week.
Yeah. I've decided if I do go down the New Age rabbit hole, I think for the most part I'll be getting the weird colors. So Action Master Thundercracker, G2 Ramjet is one of them. Maybe the comic Galvatron. Cyclonus doesn't have a fancy color scheme, so I'd probably just get standard one for that. There was somebody else I was looking at as well, and I was like, ooh, that'd be nice. Ooh. Toxitron obviously was that one. I can't remember if there was anybody else, but it's like, if there's a weird color, a G2E kind of color, you'll have my interest. Definitely for sure.
Obviously, yeah.
Yeah. Right, let us move on to the next bit of news, which is a little bit of vinyl news, because people love their vinyl plastics. This is the Transformers X Quicks. You can see at the top there, Quicks, Quicks, let's go with. Launching.
To me.
What's that, sorry?
Makes sense to me. I can't. What else?
Yeah, this is a vinyl figure. It's coming out apparently on the 3rd of September, so it's already out now at 9 a.m. Eastern Time. It's going to be 8 inches tall. It's going to be 9.5 inches wide, and it's going to be vinyl collectible. It's limited edition to 500 only. In stock and ready to ship. It's going to be free shipping worldwide, which is good because it's $250. It's not cheap.
Wow.
Yeah, it's I mean, it looks kind of interesting. It's got a stylized Optimus Prime. It's kind of Transformers Cyberverse-ish with the chest design, but then he has kind of he has a different design faceplate grill, and then like a skull and crossbones on his in the middle of his little gray bit on the front of his forehead, whatever that bit's called. What would you call that bit?
I know there's a name for it. I can't think of what it is, though.
Yeah, I'm not sure. He's giving off a cool peace sign while holding blaster on his shoulder. Kind of like the meme, the Simpsons episode where the two punk rockers walking down the street with the boombox on the shoulder, and then the two old guys walk past them with the old stereo system on their shoulders. It gives that kind of vibe to me.
The Simpsons, the show everyone thinks is funny. That isn't.
It used to be.
Nope, never was.
Back in the 90s, it was pretty good.
Nope, never was.
Well, all right. I disagree, but okay. It had its time. It had its time in the sun. I mean, he doesn't have he doesn't have anything below his torso. He has no legs. He has no balls or peen, so nothing good can come from that. It's just the upper torso part. The base he comes on is just a long slab of gray. He's not like on a pedestal or a podium or something like that to kind of emphasize him. He's just like if you got this vinyl figure and put him on a plate, like a kitchen plate. That's kind of what it reminds me of. Not kitchen plate. You know when you go to one of those kind of pretentious restaurants and they serve you the food on like a slab?
Slab.
Yeah,
yep.
It's that. It's like, here's your order of Optimus Prime on a slab. Black slab, enjoy. I think it's quite a lot for what it is. If it was like 20 quid, that could be a cool little desk thing for your office, so people be like, oh, you're a cool, like, hip, young, old person with your little Optimus Prime with his boombox. Ooh, radical, man. And be like, yeah, cool. Woo, woo. But for 250 quid, oof, man, I don't know. It seems rough. I know it's vinyl. Vinyl's expensive, but Jason, you're a vinyl boy, right? You've got vinyl pants on at the moment. What do you think of this?
Well, I'm not wearing my vinyl pants right now, but
Oh.
I did get the first wave of the Transformer Red series that all feel like vinyl toys, so I'm at least
Oh, how were yours?
tangential.
Did yours break or
Oh,
were
they're
they
garbage.
okay? Oh.
No, they're garbage.
okay.
They were. I'm pretty sure I said this on the show before. They're trash. Wave one of don't ever get Optimus, Megatron, or Soundwave from Red. They're terrible.
Oof.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's as close to vinyl as I come. So yeah, this actually popped up shortly after we did the show last week, and I was like, hey, I actually really like how this looks.
Oh.
Which apparently puts me at odds with Jai because he called it expensive trash in the chat. Which is fine. I can understand why people wouldn't like it.
Yeah, same.
But yeah, I like the stylized look. I could do without the logo, the Quicks logo in the middle of his forehead, which we're assuming that's what that is.
Probably, yeah.
But to me, I do like the look a lot. I wouldn't mind having it seems to me, because you mentioned about the slab to get your food on, which I understand that completely. It seems to me like this is the version of Optimus who's too cool to listen to you.
Oh yeah.
So you tell him to get out of the wet cement because he's gonna get stuck in it.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, no, screw you, man. I'm gonna sit here with my tunes and give you the peace sign. And he slowly sinks into the concrete. Now he's just stuck in the concrete once it's dried.
Oh no. This is how the war really ends, isn't it?
This is absolutely what happened in this photo, 100%. If this wasn't $250, I would consider getting it, but I'm not paying that much for it.
So how much would you spend on it, like maximum, do you think? Like I said 20 for like kind of a joke, but I'm not entirely joking. But how much do you, like if I said 100, is that too much?
Yep.
60?
Yes.
60, you could do 60 for it.
No, 60 is too much.
Oh, 60. Like how much then? How much would you pay for it?
$40 I'm in.
Okay, so double what I said. 40 is probably okay, I suppose. Would never happen because it's vinyl, and for some reason, it seems like if you add the word vinyl to something, it rockets up the price, and I don't know why. I know vinyl's a kind of fancy plastic, but to me, it doesn't justify it being so much more.
I don't think it's that fancy, but yeah, I see what you're saying.
I mean, if you remember the Optimus Prime and the Megatron, they were made of vinyl, and you could take the front of the chests off, and they had no other movement. They were very expensive, and they were, touted as being vinyl. So
those were the Super 7 toys, right?
Probably. Yeah, I think that's right.
Yeah.
For some reason, it feels like if you add the word vinyl to something, it's the arty thing to do. And you can squeeze a bit more money out of people. Or by a bit, I mean quite a bit more. But that's just my perspective on it, Because how many things do you see that tout themselves as being vinyl, and they're really cheap?
A lot.
Oh, like what?
Huh?
What do you see that's touted as vinyl and being really cheap?
I'm sorry, I don't. It just seems like to me, vinyl means not worth it. So that's usually what I go for.
That's that's what I would go for as well, to be honest. But, hey ho.
Yeah. So I think I was more projecting there than anything, but yeah.
That's fair. What's up next, Jason? What do we got next?
Looks like we have another teaser for Transformers Source Park.
Oh, I can't play this because if I play this, it'll start screaming at us. So we could have the trailer scream at us if you like, but do you want to talk about it first, or should I play it first?
Yeah, I mean it's another 30-second teaser, which we talked about one again last week.
Yeah.
Repeat topics, they're coming up. And
this has new fancy images.
Oh yes, new fancy. Shared via Instagram, Facebook, and of course on Paramount Plus's YouTube. I like how it says it's pretty similar to the first trailer.
Yeah, very similar.
I know that a lot of, especially back in the day when there were actually TV commercials we'd watch. You'd see there'd be the 30-second version of a movie trailer thing, and then there'd be the 15-second version of the same trailer that they got to smush in between two other commercials and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it's not surprising to me that they're mostly the same, but yeah, if you saw last week's, you've pretty much seen this week's.
I guess with the ramp up of here's a teaser trailer, it means we are getting close to a release date for the show. which I guess is good. I think it's safe to say it's probably going to be happening within the next. Well, I would hope that it's going to be happening within the next few months, right?
Later this fall, so yeah.
Yeah, we're coming up to the end of fall, I would say. So yeah. I don't think there's much else to say on it apart from just go and watch the trailer or the teaser. Like, it's not even a big one. Like, you could probably even leave it until like a real trailer comes out if you wanted.
Assuming we get a real trailer, they might just keep doing these teasers.
Oh, yeah, that could be a thing. It feels like we've already seen quite a lot of episode 1 through the teaser trailer and the, 5 minutes of footage that we saw?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, so we've already seen a decent amount of it. Anyway, PulseCon is PulseCon 2022. There is the Transformers brand panel. There's a little blurb that I can read out for you because the people who are listening at home won't see this. Fanbots, get ready to hashtag roll out with hashtag Transformers on day 1 of hashtag Hasbro PulseCon 2022. Join the team on September the 30th, so September the 30th, end of this month, as they reveal so many new cool things. Fine, we'll give you a taste. Licking back those lollipops once again, as we did earlier in the show. How about Transformers Legacy Evolution? A new partnership including the reveal of a never-before-seen product, unless it gets leaked before the 30th. Which it doesn't say, but I think is implied. And artwork. Not enough? Well, there's fucking hell, this isn't even me joking here. There's the raddest final reveal of hashtag Shattered Glass 2022. You'll just have to tune in to check it out. Click the link in our bio, little clicky emoji, to learn more. This is for fans over 16 plus in the US, Canada, and 18 plus in the UK and DE, which is DE Germany? Denmark,
I think, yeah.
Switzerland? No?
No.
So yeah, at the very least, we know that PulseCon, it's not too far off from happening. I say jokingly that we'll probably see this thing beforehand because, I mean, Hasbro ain't good about doing their reveals at the moment because of Chinese factories and people buying their products very early and reviewing them very early. Will this get leaked beforehand? I wouldn't be shocked. I hope they don't do what sometimes Hasbro does, which is where they do the revealing themselves before their panels, which also happens.
They will.
I don't want them to because it kind of undercuts the point of the reveal. It's like, we'll show it an hour beforehand. It's like, but you got the panel. Just leave it for the panel. What do you think of the name Transformers Evolution?
I mean,
Legacy Evolution. Sorry.
The names haven't been that great ever since they went to the war for Cybertron anyways, so I don't know.
What does Evolution make you feel? What do you think the glue material that holds the Legacy line together being Evolution will be? Do you think there will be a theme, or do you think it's just a title for year 2 that has no real bearing?
I'm going to say probably no real bearing, unless, I mean, do they go all in on another version of Power Master Prime? Evolve Prime and the Power Master Prime, maybe?
Interesting, I suppose, because the previous one was it was fine. I didn't love it, but it was fine.
Power of the Primes.
It was a thing.
That's another toy I have in a box ready to sell to somebody.
No, man.
Yeah, I don't. And of course, you could. I don't know. Megatron. Well, they just did Galvatron. See, Megatron to Galvatron doesn't make much sense.
Mm-hmm. Maybe you could do something like the evolution of characters. So maybe you could have. They might throw in. Let's be hopeful and say maybe they do RID, Robots in Disguise, Galvatron, Megatron. You know, the one with the 10 modes. Maybe they do that as an evolution of Megatron because it's a Megatron throughout the ages. Maybe it's Armada Megatron. Yeah. You know.
I mean that's a fairly decent possibility.
Maybe they'll release, and this is like me throwing hope. Do you remember like 10,000 years ago when they showed that Armada Optimus Prime?
That never happened.
I know, right? But let's pretend it did.
A thing.
Let's pretend they showed us an official Armada Optimus Prime, a prototype image. Maybe this is now the time that they're finally going to release it.
I mean, again, it's possible.
It's possible.
But yeah, I think it's just a name more than anything.
Yeah.
Although, boy, two more things about this. The blurb written there has Steve Buscemi, "Hello, fellow kids," written all over it.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
Cringe.
What do you mean? The raddest final reveal. It's the raddest.
Fine, we'll give you a taste.
Yeah, we'll give you a taste.
You're sending us the press release. We didn't ask for it. We don't need a taste.
Come to my van, little child. I have sweeties in here. Sweeties, children.
Also, Hasbro, you're doing this on my birthday. I expect something in the mail from you. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, that'd be good.
If you're going to take the attention away from me, I expect your best toy from this line in the mail to me that day. That's all I'm saying.
I'm sorry to be selfish. One of the best things about it is it's happening on a Friday and not on a Monday, because I would have been really fucking annoyed if it happened on a Monday and we couldn't talk about it on Moonbase for like an entire week.
Well, it's like the running gag at RFC that the big news always breaks Thursday after they do the live show.
It sucks. It sucks when you do a podcast and it's like that, because what do? Do you do like, come on, guys, let's get on the stream and do another one, or get on the recording and do another one? You can't ask people to do that, so you have to wait a week. And everybody else has covered it by then. It sucks. What I'm hoping for most from PulseCon is I want more G.I. Joe reveals on some good G.I. Joe
You and everyone
classified.
else, it seems like, yeah.
Yeah. They're good. They're neat figures. To be fair, though, with G.I. Joe Classified, they went hard from like, we're going to do our own takes on the classic characters to just do the classic characters. So they kind of bitched out and went back to the retro stuff.
Have you met the Transformers brand team at all?
I know. This is general. I get. To be fair with G.I. Joe, it makes more sense for them to do it because G.I. Joe gets nothing. Generally speaking, G.I. Joe gets absolutely nothing.
True.
What was the last show that they had? The last show they had was it Resolute? The one that was on the hub. That one. That was the last show that they had. That was years ago.
I think
that was a long, long time ago. It's probably because the movies fell through, but make a bad product, you're not going to get new people involved, shockingly. What can you say?
Yeah, that would make a lot of sense for sure.
Yeah. The last bit of news is if you are going to TFCon Chicago, it's going to be on October the 21st to the 23rd. In Chicago, obviously. Special guest Sue Blue, the voice of RC, will be there from G1 and Animated. She's also done a lot of directing as well for Beast Wars, Beast Machines, and Transformers Animated, as well as a lot of other stuff. So if you are going there, you can go and say hi to Sue Blue. She is a lovely lady. So that's pretty cool, right?
Yeah. Oh, no, absolutely.
Yeah.
Between her and Casey Collier that we talked about last week, it's already starting out to be a pretty good showing at TFCon Chicago this year.
Yeah. Are you going?
No.
I'm going to ask you every time you're on the show and every time we talk about conventions, are you going?
I expect this.
You could represent Moonbase too while you're there, unofficially.
I mean, do you really want me just... how do I do what I do? Just stand in the middle of the room and fart a lot? I don't understand how I do that.
Yes, that's how you get the brand out there for the Moonbase 2. You stand in the middle of a room and fart. People be like, who the fuck is this guy? And there'd be a little badge that says Moonbase 2, and they'd be, what the hell? Then they come and check us out. Easy peasy. Marketing.
I mean, obviously you're correct. This is what I need to do.
Just get eyes on you. It doesn't matter how. Just get eyes on you. Easy peasy. Well, that's all the news.
I'll just streak through the main area then.
Yeah. Oh, I suppose the only other thing I guess is like, I don't know why this is a thing because I thought these were already out. Apparently in the UK, which is where I am, obviously, the Titan Metroplex, which is very overpriced, the Commander Motormaster, which is very overpriced, Voyager Soundwave and Jahaxis are out in retail. So if you need to get those, they're out in retail, which I imagine means Smiths, which means they're going to be bumped up in price. Woo!
If you hate money, go to Smith's.
Yeah, that's kind of how it feels. But Jason, what have you been up to this week? What have you done for fun, son? Done anything cool?
I mean, I'm mostly preparing to be down for the count for a week or so with the surgery coming up. One thing I have done quite a bit, two things actually. I've been doing a lot of like cleaning up my office and stuff like that. Trying to get as much done as I can before that happens, but I don't think I'm going to get everything done. My desk is a bit of a mess right now, but
Can't you get like the child to do the cleaning for you?
I mean, at his current age, it would be more of he would just destroy everything to clean it. So
no. Okay. Yeah, don't do that.
Yeah, definitely not going to do that. But the other thing I've been doing a lot of after we eat dinner and after we're wound, the boy is down for the night, I have been enjoying the big charity stream that good old Sea Dog VA has been putting on this week, as he bikes 700 kilometers, I think it is, across Hokkaido.
Was it 700? Oh, 10.
Yeah.
1,000. It was a lot. He's doing a lot of cycling with good old Chris Broad from the UK, Ooh.
Yes, an affable gentleman, if I may.
Very affable.
Chris Broad. I realize I don't do a British impression. I do a impression of Chris Broad. That's my British impression.
Did you put your name in the goblet of fire? Can you
Funny
believe
enough,
he's younger than me?
Yeah, he's 15 years younger than me, for God's sakes.
It's crazy. I thought he was older than me. I thought Chris Broad was older than me by, I thought he was 40.
He's very mature. He comes off very mature, for sure.
Chris Broad, very
unlike
mature.
Connor. Unlike Connor.
Well, Connor's a baby.
Actually,
it's okay.
I was shocked to find out. So their friend Premier 2, who joined them a couple days ago, Pete, he's our age. He's 40, or he's my age. He's 40. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I've seen Pete. Pete's quite fun.
Yeah, I thought Pete was the young one. He's like, nope, he's 39. I'm like, oh.
No, Pete's the loud American.
Oh. Yes. Hey.
He is. He's self-described as the loud American. It's not my fault.
There's only room for one loud American, and that's me, damn it.
But there's an entire country. Are you the loudest? Is that what you're saying?
None of us are loud here. Just me. It's all me.
Oh my God. No.
Yeah, but I've been watching a lot of that. It's nice to watch. You've seen a lot of the Japan, like the landscape and just the entire trip. They've had, I know the one day it rained pretty much the whole time, and they had some overcast spots here and there. But yesterday and the day before were just two really beautiful days, and just seeing the whole Japan countryside and everything. They actually biked right by the ocean last night, and that was that water is just blue as hell. It looks so good.
Nice.
Yeah, so it's been a good time. I've really enjoyed. I've enjoyed a lot of. Connor, I don't catch so much his live streams, except for the fact he's doing this one.
Yeah.
I've been watching a lot of Chris ever since. I mean, you mentioned him to me like a year and a half ago, and I watched a video or two, and I was like, all right, this is fun, but I kind of lost track of it. And now I'm pretty much watch every video he puts out now. So Chris is one of those people where I'm happy for his success. He seems like a decent guy, and it's nice to see someone like that to see him. But he's also, he's one of those people where you kind of, motivates you to kind of do that kind of thing. To get
I
out
thought
there
you were going to insult him. I wasn't expecting you to say something nice about him. I was like,
he's an affable gentleman. Andy, affable. I have to be nice.
You don't have to be.
You're right. I don't. I mean, I'm not going to be nice to you, obviously, but.
Oh yeah, no, that's fair. I can understand that.
Yeah.
I thought you would have been watching the Iron Mouse stream, because she's obviously streaming Connor's stream, but also reacting to it.
Not always. She's done it a couple nights, but I think the majority of the night she hasn't been doing that.
I mean, that makes sense, because she probably can't do it every single night, because he's doing it every single day. I haven't watched the streams generally, just on the basis that I know at some point someone, I can't remember who, I think it's Mudan who does Connor's editing. Mudan will probably edit all of that into like one big thing, one big video to watch.
My understanding is, and yeah, you're probably right. The understanding is most of it's going to live on the Twitch VOD, because he's also uploading his VOD to YouTube every day. He has a VOD channel. Chris is definitely doing a full on, instead of wacky weekend, it'll be a wacky week, basically.
That makes sense.
Video. Yeah. So, and they've had the drone out for shots and stuff. And when they stop, they do their stand up takes real quick and stuff like that. And they've been recording all the food they got and everything like that. Chris could get probably 4 or 5 videos out of it, because they're going so long. Or he'll just do one massive big one, I guess. But But yeah, I'm sure there will be something. Especially highlights. I know that there was they called her a stream sniper, but there was someone following the stream who actually lives in Japan and brought him snacks the one day, which
Oh, that's cute.
it was. And Connor's like, what? Like he couldn't believe that someone was even though the guy gets like 12,000 people watching the stream, and he's shocked that someone actually found him and brought him snacks and stuff. But
yeah, that doesn't sound, at least to me, that's surprising.
yeah, no, I get it. But I mean, again, stream to thousands of people every time you stream. Someone might find you and try to give you a cookie or something, right?
Well, as long as it's only giving you a cookie, not anything weird.
Yes. No, she was very nice though, so I don't think there's anything wrong with the goods that she provided.
That's good.
But yeah. So I mean, I'm just trying to get stuff cleaned up and ready, and for just it's not exciting to talk about upcoming surgical procedures and stuff, but it's just, I think I mentioned it last week, but it's just for my gallbladder. It's nothing serious, but
yeah.
I'm probably going to be down for a week before I can really get around and do anything meaningful again, but.
Time to stream. Stream direct. Yeah. So you know what you should do? Stream your surgery. Boom. Get those hits.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll. Yeah, I'm
just
pretty
chatting.
sure they allow that.
Yeah, just put in just chatting. There you go.
Yeah, phones, cameras, they're very clean. They're very good to have in the operating room, of course, yes.
You just put them in a little plastic, see-through bag, and then that's fine. Oh, you wrap them in cellophane.
Yeah, and I'll forego the anesthesia. I'll just let them cut me open while I'm awake.
No. You just get chat. You get the nurse to do it. Just hold the camera while the doctor's doing this thing,
Every once in a while, I cut to my face with a breathing tube out of it. Because I'm like drooling on myself. I feel like this is a bad idea. I don't think I'm going to follow your lead on this one.
See, if I lived near you, I'd happily be your cameraman for your surgery, Jason. I'd give commentary as well. 100%. Yeah.
I believe that. That scares me.
Let me get a good shot in there, Doc. Come on. Ooh, look at his squishy bits. Lovely.
What? I'm just an object to you, aren't I?
Yes.
Okay.
A way for me to make money.
So yeah, that's been my week.
Wow.
How about you, good sir? What have you been up to?
Well, I tried a new anime this week called The Great Pretender. Have you heard of Great Pretender? I think it's just Great Pretender.
I haven't.
It's done by Studio Wit. The people that do Spy X Family and Ranking of Kings, all those ones, This one is, because I don't think I mentioned it last time, I just put up an image on screen. There you go. Studio Wit. As soon as you look at it, you're like, oh yeah, that's Studio Wit. I know those guys.
Oh yeah. So I can picture, yeah.
Yeah, So the concept is the guy in the middle is a con man in Japan, and he's not doing super well. He's doing pretty well for himself, and he gets conned to join the guy on the left-hand side, who is an American con artist, and they're trying to steal money from this big movie producer in Hollywood, who is a big drug lord as well, who sells, all kind of drugs to stars and whatnot. It's the guy with the mustache in the vehicle as well. The way I'd best describe it is the opening sequence is very, very much Catch Me If You Can. Like, if you've seen the Catch Me If You Can movie, the intro sequence for the credits, that's the credit sequence or the opening sequence for this series. So if you like the vibe from that, it's the vibe here. It didn't really do it for me, just on the basis there was no really any kind of crazy fantasy elements. It's just, we're going to effectively do a heist anime. I was like, that's fine. It just didn't hold any kind of interest for me. It's like, do you want to watch real life things, or do you want to see like wizards and explosions and booba and all that kind of jazz? I'll go for that stuff, and mecha.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I don't take that as a negative towards the show. It's apparently meant to be really good. It just didn't hold anything for me in particular, as it just went, whatever, yeah. Yeah, okay. In terms of other stuff, I've just been progressing on with the Isekai Oji-san, which is still fun. I watched episode 5 of Futo Tante, which is the Kamen Rider Double anime. It's definitely going for the format of 3 episodes. 3 episode stories, which is kind of how they did it in the show as well for the case files. So I'm halfway through AK's file. I think the episode 6 is already out, so that story's probably concluded. Made in Abyss, episode 9. It's coming close to the end. Things are kicking off. Things are, as usual, very interesting with Made in Abyss. And I don't think I watched anything else. I think I tried to watch Tiger and Bunny season 2, but I didn't get a chance to. Last week I also said I was probably going to crack and buy some New Age stuff. I did. I bought the G2 Devastator.
Oh,
it is not here yet. Otherwise I'd have it on screen. So it's not here.
That's what your tweet was. Now I remember.
Yeah. I got a week and went, I don't have a G2 Devastator. I keep saying, I love G2 Devastator, I'll buy one. And I never have. And I'm like, oh, well, why not
you don't
try?
be a liar.
Why not try New Age? And instead of buy one figure, let's buy 6 figures. That's a good, metric.
Yeah, that's a great way to try the company for the first time. Buy 6 of them.
Buy 6 of them. What could go wrong?
Hey, if one sucks, you're 5 out of 6. Not bad at all.
Yeah, I hope that's the case at worst. But I hear the good. So apparently departed from China today at like 6 in the morning. So I hope maybe I'll have it sometime next week. I don't know. Also, the thing that departed because they both shipped at the same time was the Arachnid. What's it called? The APC Toys Night Countess, which has been getting a lot of images up online. That's coming to me as well at the same time. So maybe next week I'll have like 7 Transformers to talk about. Wow.
Dang.
I know.
It'll be 7 more than I have.
Yeah. And the only thing else I got was I wasn't quite sure what to stream because I've pretty much finished Lego The Hobbit, which I was streaming early in the week, and I was like, do I want to? We finished the story mode. Do I want to do and go around and pick up every mini kit and every little side thing in 100% it, or do I want a new game? And I was like, maybe a new game. And I was like, I saw this on sale. I went, Daddy, is this a good game? And he went, oh, no, yeah, it's pretty good now. I was like, really? 7 years old, though? It's like, yeah, well, they actually updated the game, expanded it, and I got this. I got No Man's Skies. It was like half price, so it's 20 quid. Jason, do you know much about No Man's Skies, apart from the bad backlash you got when it originally came out?
I actually have been looking at buying that game myself.
Oh, sheesh. Maybe you should come out and check out my stream, I guess.
I don't want to. What? Check your stream.
Mate, wow.
No, actually, I'll probably have plenty of time to check your stream here in a week or so. Yeah, I've been interested by it. I've seen a lot more people kind of streaming it right now. It seems like it's it's not as fast as like a Star Citizen, but it's also not nearly as buggy as a Star Citizen. It looks like it's a game that's kind of matured into a really solid, a game that's matured into a very solid game at this point. And yeah, I think I saw freaking like Asmongold streaming at the 60,000 people a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
So it seems like it's getting it might be coming into its most popular time now.
That wasn't intentional. I don't usually follow the hype train, so
well, but it's not brand new either, so
it's
actually probably good. It's probably a good pick for you for something like that where there's interest, but XQC isn't streaming it for 48 hours in a row or some shit like that.
Yeah.
He's too busy gambling right now.
Oh my god,
no. Yeah, but it's you go to like procedurally generated worlds, you do stuff, and it looks like a lot of fun.
Steam described it kind of like Minecrafty, like survivalist Minecraft crafty kind of stuff. So I'm like, oh yeah, okay, yeah, that sounds interesting.
Yeah, I think you like gather materials and build stuff with it. And, that's kind of the gaming meta right now. Everything from like the Valheim you and I played, and V Rising that we played, to Minecraft, which we played. Almost every game seems to have like a crafting mechanic in it right now, but. Yeah, no, that I've seen it on sale for like 50% off a few times.
That's right. Yeah, that's why I got it. I saw it on the 50% sale off, and I was like, yeah. I was like, it's a first person, third person-y kind of game. It looks pretty chill. It looks like there's decent combat in it as well, with like the space combat, shooty, boom, boom, bang, bang, and then there's the base building as well. I was like, we'll give it a try. I won't be able to play it until Tuesday. Otherwise, if I play it now, which I kind of want to do. I won't have that initial reaction of going in and being like, wow, what do I do? And be fresh. You know, so it's like, which do I do? Do I just play a little bit of it, or do I hold off?
See, I had to stop because even though I barely stream, I kept getting games like, oh, I want to wait until I can stream this. Yeah, boy, I got a lot of games sitting there right now that I'm just like, screw it, I'm playing through them. But yeah, so I definitely don't hold back like that anymore. But yeah, I mean, I always, I'll usually boot up a game first time just to make sure the settings are right, graphics are fine and everything.
Yeah.
And then I might play like the first 15 minutes or something just so I don't look like if I were to stream it, just so I don't completely look like I'm lost. But yeah, I think saving the main part of it for, that first time, there's nothing wrong with that for sure.
It's not too big of a wait either, It's only like Tuesday. It's Sunday now, so that's fine. I'll be busy most of tomorrow editing and stuff, so I'll probably be okay. Probably be fine.
That's right. You are I mean, it's not like you have free time or anything. Come on.
Well, no, Monday's my busiest day with like editing the podcast and then doing shopping as well. That Monday is the busiest day. And on Tuesday, I'm doing a podcast with Mr. Gruff as well. Oh, that was something else I did this week. Yeah, I know, right? Because on Saturday, I did a live stream, the first live stream in a long, long time, on the Fluff and Hammer, which is me, Gruff, and George talking about Warhammer stuff. Those two, like as I've said before, usually know a lot more than I do for Warhammer. So what I tried to do was I was trying to run the screen. So I made the background and everything. I got the camera movements all sorted out and stuff like that. And whenever they talked about something off topic that wasn't part of the news stories, I'd quickly try and go through Google and find an image relatable to what they were talking about and throw that on screen.
I actually had you guys on yesterday as I was cleaning up some stuff behind me here, and you did a good job.
Oh, thank you.
Producing the stream. You were, in fact, you were producing, doing a very good job. And yeah, the images you found were very, I think you did a great job.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it was fun. I'm enjoying doing the live streaming podcast. There's something kind of fun. I don't know what it is that makes doing a live stream version of the podcast different in terms of how it feels to do it. I don't know what it is, but there is something a bit more satisfying about doing it. Maybe it's because I'm looking at a screen and there's something visual happening rather than like when I was previously doing a podcast, I was either looking at a news story or looking at the sound file, just the little sound bars going up and down, or just looking at porn. It's not quite as satisfying as like looking at the screen and being like, that is something that's being produced. There's a visual element to it. I've always been a visual kind of person, which is why I never liked doing 3D modeling, because it took 3,000 years to do and there was no gain straight away. Well, with this, there's something tangible on screen which I can look at.
Yeah, I think that's it. I also think because we do get a little bit of feedback from like the live chat and everything.
Yes, I like that too.
Yeah, so that implies now that you're streaming as much as you are, you're used to that.
That's true.
I'm assuming that if you had tried to live stream this without streaming it, you'd probably feel overwhelmed.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
I remember the first couple times I streamed Radio Free Cybertron for Brian. I don't think I said a word because I'm just like, okay, I got to show this. I got to do this. Is everything okay? Can everyone hear everything? Who's being a dick in chat? Who I got to get rid of in chat? So
that's one of the things when you're producing. It's hard to, if you're a part of the show, it's hard to get your point across. I know that some podcasts have a producer or live stream have producers where they can't be part of the show and they have to, because either the chat's going so fast or they have to manage other stuff while doing, whether it's reading out donations or setting up donations and stuff like that they can't do it. Luckily, I don't need to worry about that at the moment, so that's not a huge issue now, which is good. I can just kind of enjoy talking about the show, or the news stories, and then also do a little bit of the production side as well, which is fun. I like that.
Yeah.
So I did that podcast. All of today was editing that podcast and rendering it and sending it to Gruff. And that's been the week. Not been too interesting, but there's been bits here and there. I'm watching Transformers Prime at the moment before bed, but that's only on the basis that The Great Pretender just didn't tickle my bones. So, Prime. Yeah. Prime's one of those shows where I like Prime a lot, but it's got a lot of flaws to it. A lot of flaws.
Yeah. Still, I'm shocked by one of the best versions of Starscream you've ever gotten.
Yeah, definitely. My biggest complaint with Prime is everything happens on Earth. Everything.
True.
Everything happens.
I mean,
it's Unicron, Skyquake's there. Loads of like Autobot relics are on Cybertron. There was a giant battle on Earth, and it was like episode 3 where Megatron rose the army. It was one of the biggest battles happened. It just happened to happen on Earth. It's like everything happened on Earth. It's like it was too much. It's way too much.
That's true. It's definitely valid criticism.
Yeah. But I like the art style. Another problem, obviously, was the fact that they dropped so many storylines. So many really interesting storylines. The Silas storyline goes a decent way, but then they just kind of just kill him off. Which is like, oh, that's a shame. He could have been interesting. The Orion Pax story arc from like the beginning of season 2, they dropped that in like 2 episodes, which could have been really interesting.
Well, yeah, not only that, it's literally Optimus Prime being a librarian for 2 episodes.
Yeah, there's definitely interesting elements, and they didn't do anything with it.
Oh yeah, the setup for that was great. Like, shit, Optimus thinks him and Megatron are buds right now, and it's like he's just at the computer for 2 episodes,
and even not even just like the setup, but the concept. Like you could have like Prime learning to be Prime again. And like obviously Mikey complains about it for justified reasons. An emotionless Prime in those 2 episodes when he's around Pax, he has emotions again. You're like, oh wow, Peter Cullen's allowed to emote. It's great. And he's back to that.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yep, he's not so much the statesman anymore. Yeah.
Yeah. It's so strange. Yeah, but I still really like Prime, but it does have things that I don't like about it, and I wish were different. But it's still probably one of my more favorite Transformers series that we've had for a while. Yeah. But Beast Wars and Beast Machines are solid as well to watch or rewatch.
I still can't get over the look of Beast Machines. I can't get over the character models.
Is it just because they're so like not Transformery? Is that the reason?
I just think they're all ugly.
Oh damn!
I don't think any of them look good at all.
You must like Obsidian and like the Viacons though, right? The Viacons.
I mean, Obsidian was its own unique thing, though, so I think that's why that's fine. But like when you go from what it was a really cool model with Optimus Primal to what it looked like his brain was like 18 times size than the regular monkey. And then Megatron just looks so freaking weird in that series.
At which point? Do you mean when he's disintegrated, or do you mean like when he's controlling Cybertron in his little dragon cape thing?
Controlling Cybertron is usually what I think about. Yeah,
I don't mind that because I kind of like the look of it that he's trying to contain the beast mode in like a prison cell that he's created himself. I kind of like that he's trying to make himself as technological as possible while hiding what he really is. I don't know why he wasn't able to cleanse the organic from himself, but never mind. I liked how he's such a petty bitch at the end of the series that he tapes Optimal Optimus's body and beats the shit out of Primal with it. I think that's fun because it's really crap. It's like, I'm gonna beat the shit out of you, Prime. How? Oh, do you remember that really overpowered body that you had for season 3, which was the reason we barely had you in the season because you were too powerful? I'm gonna use that to kick your ass. It's like, oh, that's fun. It was a decent fight as well at the end of the series. I thought it was fun. Yeah. Musashi said he was adorable when he was Orion Pax mode. Yeah, I agree. I liked him in that mode. Does chat have any questiones for us at all? We can answer 1 or 2 questions, I think, before we close up the show for today. If you want to poop them through, you can do, because I don't think we've got anything else to talk about in terms of what we were up to during the week and whatnot. I was gonna get out the season 3 Moonbase woo woo on Stargate, but I didn't have time today. All of that was kind of focused on getting the Fluff and Hammer stuff done and dusted. But I need to get this month's Patreon done. Hopefully at this point during the week I'll be able to poop that out. I don't know what we're gonna do about the From the Files of Teletran 2, where Mikey talks about comics, obviously, because Mikey's down for the count, and I don't know what I'd talk about with the comics apart from how much I'm sad about them. So that's probably not going to happen. Right. I don't see any questions flooding in, so I guess that's okay. So, Jason, where can people find you on the internet if you want them to?
You can find me on Twitter. It is at Jason S. Kirk, where the S stands for my middle name. Obviously. I don't know why you're questioning that, but it is. No.
Oh.
No. You're not allowed to know.
Seagull.
You figured it out. I mean, hey, if it can be James Tiberius Kirk, it can be Jason Seagull Kirk, okay? Absolutely. And hey, once I'm laid up for a while, maybe I don't know if streaming's such a great idea on like medication and stuff, but we'll see.
Hey, Iron Mouse streams on medication all the time. Come on, don't say yourself short.
That's true. I have no damn excuse when it comes to that. That's actually that's a funny point. But yeah, I have a Twitch channel, Jason S. Kirk, which hopefully I'll be able to start doing stuff with that again. No other podcasts or anything. I've been mostly podcast retired for a while now. If you ever would like to go and check out some of my older stuff, though, me and my wonderful co-host David, we actually did a minute-by-minute podcast of the movie Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. And that is hands down, no offense, Andy, that is hands down the best podcasting experience I've ever had. I enjoyed talking to you very much. I have fun with you, but to do an entire movie, it's a lot of work, but we had a lot of fun, and I'm very proud of that.
I do have a question. When you say Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, which one are we talking about?
The original.
That's okay. That's fine. We're good. We can still be friends. That's okay.
Yes, we can. The second one is Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Don't forget that. I actually have never seen that one, and I don't want to. No. But no, it's the original with Gene Wilder, who is a god among men.
Yeah, he was great.
And you can find that at everlastingminute.com if you'd like to check that out. It's a lot of fun. Each episode's like between 5 and 10, or about 10, 15 minutes long. And I was just thinking about that the other day, that's of all the podcasting I did, because we did podcasts for like 5 years before.
Damn.
That was probably the favorite thing I've ever done. So I thought it'd be nice to give that a shout out. So yeah, that's where you can find me. We do have a question if you do want to.
Sure.
To look at one, Andy. Yeah. So before you give your own special platitudes out.
Yeah, go for it. What's the question?
Jason and Andy, if we get third-party toys in one scale for the next year, what scale would you want?
Well, there are only two scales in third party these days, which is Legend and Masterpiece. I don't need them big. I just need them fun and touchable. So I'm happy with Legend scale. If we could have like deluxe scale ish, I'd be fine with deluxe scale.
I was actually going to say, because I have a couple of fans' hobbies. I have their Code, which is their Chrome Dome, and I have their what is the name of the alligator one? I can't remember what
Skull Cruncher.
Their name for his. Right, Skull Cruncher, but I can't remember what their name for it was. Yeah, but I have both of those, and they're very nice figures. They're deluxe sized. Maybe borderline. They're a little bigger than deluxe size. I actually. Well, let me see. Yeah, they're slightly bigger than deluxe.
Okay.
And they're fun little toys. I think that to actually. I think if anything, I would default to Legends because the Legends the scale stuff does come out really well. But if I could just poof, magically make a new scale happen out of nothing, I think that Deluxe, between Deluxe and Voyager, maybe have your Grimlocks and your Triple Changers be Voyager scale, have your Primes and your Megatrons and stuff be like more of a Deluxe scale. And even, take a hint from, as much as the mainline toys don't really do it for me right now, the fact that they're doing stuff like Cliff Jumper and Bumblebee in a smaller size, but you get more accessories to make up for the price point. Yeah. I think that would work really well as well. So basically third party doing what Hasbro's doing as far as Deluxe and Voyager goes, I think would actually be really, really cool. And then if your combiners could be leader size, and then you don't have to worry about a commander size, crap or anything like that. So I think that would work. I think that'd be really cool. And again, if I could make that appear out of nowhere, because I don't think outside of maybe one or two companies, I don't think anyone's doing anything in that kind of scale right now.
No, like we say, it is generally just the two Legend scale or Masterpiece scale, and that's it. Because people like big G1 aesthetic Masterpiece Transformers to put into that Masterpiece lineup that they desperately want. And as me and Mike have said on previous shows, the Legend scale seems to be a bit more free to do some weirder things sometimes if they like.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
But yeah, a nice solid deluxe scale I'd be really happy with, because I think deluxe is just a fun scale to have in hand. It's not too big, it's not too small. It feels like the right toy size, generally speaking.
Yeah, the transformations aren't crazy. Like you have anywhere from like 12 to 20 steps, and it's fine.
Yeah.
So many leader classes seem to be too simple sometimes. I found, especially I picked up leader class Overlord yesterday. I'm like, this is such a simple toy. Like it's a nice representation, but there's like 4 steps in each part of them, and it's not that satisfying. But I think with Deluxe and Voyager, you get a lot more of those cool transformations too.
I would throw out, at least though, with that Overlord figure, the price I think represented what you got for it, rather than the leader prices we have now, which are now Voyager scale and simple, like you say, but smaller and more expensive.
Yep.
And I think they are like actually legit smaller. Like if you put up, I would imagine the Beast Wars Transmetal 2 Megatron is going to be smaller than that leader Overlord, which is kind of weird.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, okay, compare Combiner Wars Ultra Magnus to Shattered Glass Ultra Magnus now. He's at least an inch or maybe even 2 shorter, I think.
Is he? Oh, okay. Okay, I didn't know that. I mean, that makes sense.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. There you go. Thank you for the question, Musashi. If you want to find me, you can find me on Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube as Decade Andy, as in a rotten, disgusting corpse of a person. That's me, rather than a decade. You can also find us on the Moonbase 2 forums, Twitter, iTunes, YouTube as Moonbase 2 Transformers Podcast. We're going to be live streaming again next week at 8 o'clock in the evening UK time if you want to come on by for that. We're also on the ccbunker.weebly.com. If you want to help us out on Patreon, go to patreon.com/moonbase2. If you do $2 each month, you get the extended version of From the Files of Teltron 2. And you get the Moonbase Woo Woo, where we talk about more Transformery things and non-Transformery things in more detail. And like I say, this month should be me talking about Season 3 of Stargate SG-1. So, until then, thanks everybody for coming on by. Thank you, Jason, once again, you little pretty boy. Kiss you on the lips. Mush, mush, mush.
My pleasure.
Nice. So, thank you, everybody. And until next time, we will see you suckers next time. Bye-bye. Bye. And we can hit the stop on the audio recording. And chat.
Stop.
We will see you next time. Thanks for coming by, everybody. Thank you for streaming with us. And hopefully we'll see you next week. The podcast will be up as it usually is tomorrow if you want to listen to that. So, bye, everybody.